Broncos came into this one undefeated. Unfortunately, Teddy Bridgewater would leave this game with a concussion. Drew Lock would fill in. Lamar Jackson, he played the entire game and was excellent yet again. Here it is, a handoff to Latavius Murray, who goes left. Murray jumping over the Broncos player. Touchdown.
That's good.
Here we go, 2nd and 10. Marquise Hollywood Brown dropped 3 different passes last week.
Run up underneath it, brother. Run, 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 run.
That's how it's done. Lamar still has faith in his #1 wide receiver. They would have a good time in this one. On the road, win 23-7. Ravens 3-1 atop the AFC North with the Browns and Bengals.
Yeah, Peter, we're going to go Steelers, Packers, Ben Roethlisberger. Look, the first head-to-head matchup between Ben Roethlisberger and Aaron Rodgers since Super Bowl 45. Ben Roethlisberger here gets sacked by Kiki, recovered by Kenny Clark. Mike Tomlin's like, oh my God, the guy needs to retire. Oh, well, maybe he didn't. And now you have Aaron Rodgers throws a dime to Randall Cobb for the 23-yard touchdown. Rodgers finished 20 for 36, 248 yards, 2 touchdowns. Looks like the Pack are back on track.
Packers, one of America's most favorite teams across the board. How about the Cowboys, America's team across the board? They coming off a big Monday night victory. Panthers had 10 days prepared. We got this music going because that's Trayvon Diggs' music.
Come on, Trayvon. Run the ball, run the ball. Don't get popped like that.
Trayvon Diggs has 5 interceptions, leads the league.
I know, and Michael's like, please run better.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott looking, that's Cedric Wilson. He's a fourth wide receiver. Looks like a #1 like that jersey.
That was the Madden spin.
It really
He pressed the circle button.
He pressed the
that was awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Cowboys rolling. Dallas, amazingly now, looking like one of the top teams in the league. 36-28, they win. It was a bigger blowout than that. And Dak, what do you have to say after the huge home victory over the Panthers?
We think we can beat you at the run. We can beat you at the pass. Whatever you're going to give us. The openings, we're going to take them. I mean, Kelly's doing a good job of dialing it up, and guys are just communicating and executing it. But I mean, even tonight, we left some meat on the bone to say. I mean, we left some plays out there, and some. We want to finish that game with another touchdown on one of those last 2 drives. So I mean, that's just the expectation and the standard of this offense.
I think we all know, looking at on paper what they were, and if they can stay healthy, that they will be a contender in the NFC. But are we ready to say the Cowboys have proved that they are a top-tier NFC team in Week 4?
Yeah, I think they are. You look at the talent, you look at the teams that they've beaten, you look at the way that they played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers early in the season. Dak Prescott is an elite quarterback in the National Football League. I think what was holding them back in previous years was this defense. They bring in Dan Quinn, who now vibes with that 4-3 type of a scheme that this roster was built on, not the 3-4. And now you're seeing them get after the quarterback. I mean, Randy Gregory being put in positions to do exactly what you're seeing right there. And what's happening is it's forcing so much pressure on the quarterback that the quarterbacks are now throwing interceptions, throwing bad balls. Trayvon Diggs is getting his hands on it. So, absolutely. This defense is balling. They needed this defense to come around, and teams that have great defenses do what, guys? They are able to run the football. And obviously, a couple weeks ago, I talked about Ezekiel Elliott possibly not being the best back for this offense. I thought Tony Pollard was, but I was mistaken. I think Tony Pollard, his presence was the best thing for Zeke, because what we're seeing is we're getting the best out of Ezekiel Elliott because of the competition behind him.
Great problem to have.
It's a great problem to have, and I think Dak summed it up the best.
Yeah.
We can beat you any way you want it. If you stop the passing, we'll run the football for 170 yards. You load the box, we throw it for 500 yards. I don't see how you beat this team unless you outscore them.
I think Ezekiel Elliott is the best he's looked in 3 years. Like, I have to give him credit. He looked fresh. He had a long run. Like, he just looked really, really good. If you do not get to see much of this game, the Dak Prescott stat line outside, he threw 4 touchdowns, but didn't have a whole bunch of yards. God, he looks so good. He looks so confident. Like, his demeanor doesn't change. He's kind of always got this grin on his face, even after incompletions. He just looks like, look, take away all the last 15, 20 years. If you just look at the 2021 season and what the guys have done and what they put on tape, he's a top 5 quarterback. Top 5. Like, he looks that excellent, that confident. He's making Blake Jarwin look like Tony Gonzalez every single week, and Dalton Schultz. Like, they look great. And to answer the question, are they a top-tier NFC team? I think this was a perfect game because the Panthers are a good team. I don't think they're a top-tier team, even with McCaffrey. The Cowboys are a top-tier team. Yeah. Who can they not beat in the NFC?
That's a fair point.
I don't know.
And if they play that Buccaneers tomorrow, they might win that game.
Maybe.
So that was their one loss. Their defense has been really good. They went from 31st in the league in rush defense last year. They're currently 6th in the league.
That's crazy, man.
They lead the league in takeaways. They have 8 takeaways. And
That's
their turnover differential is the best in the league as well. It's +8. That's what haunted them last year. They always had the offense. We knew they could score points. It's that now they have this guy. Trevon Diggs is fantastic.
What's going on here?
He's the best corner in football.
Diggs Island.
Like the #1.
I know.
The #1 best corner in football, and he takes things back. I know he gets clocked there. That's going to happen. He's not a running back.
He had a pick 6 last week, didn't he?
He had a pick. He's had 2 pick 6s this year. Between him and Parsons and Odigizua, they have all these young, talented defensive players. That is in the league. He's got a 2-interception cushion. Their defense is for real. This is an elite team, not only in the NFC, in the NFL. They can play with anyone.
Trace, but you can always pull up their schedule, right? So, like, you're saying, they're the top tier. I know you can only play the schedule you're given. I get it. But we're going to keep having this discussion. Are they the real deal? Are they the best? Where are they in the NFC? Because they don't play the Rams. They don't play the Packers, I see. Their next real challenge, I think, was against the Chiefs. That's not until week 11. So I think the wins are going to keep stacking as the season unfolds, and we're not going to really get the answers until playoff time.
You mentioned the Chiefs. Let's see how they look now, because they're not going to play those Cowboys for 2 months,
week 11.
basically. But they are going to play the Eagles, one of the Cowboys' division rivals. Andy Reid returning to his stomping ground where he won so many games, 130 in fact, and man, did he win this one. We're going to dissect this one a lot. That's an incredible flip. The human body can do that. They destroyed the Philadelphia Eagles with offense. The Chiefs' defense, not great. But then there's just this. Every once in a while, you got the right-hand hook, right?
You just can't let this guy run wide open, man.
And the Chiefs are at home. The Eagles are at home saying, Mike Rob, you cover them. You try. We can't. 42-30. What do you got, Mike?
My Bills, Josh Allen. There's that man, mama. There's that man. 5 total touchdowns last week. Josh Allen, first quarter, no score. Throws a laser to Dawson Knox. Across the middle, 25-yard touchdown. Bills take a 7-0 lead late in the second quarter. 1:55 remaining in the half. Davis Mills pass tipped and intercepted by Micah Hyde at the Texans 43-yard line. Bills going to win 40, guys. 40-0.
When I saw this score and I saw you were on the show, I got real happy because I knew you want to do those highlights. That's your team, and it's been your team for several years. Mike Rob here for the next hour and a half as we continue to roll through some highlights, and we'll get back to what happened.